It's nice to see you here at the Lincoln Memorial for this worthy cause. I can't help but share a sense of camaraderie, knowing we're all in this together. I just passed my 4-year anniversary with long COVID, and while it's unfortunate, I'm still sick. I'm not happy about it. My immune system is definitely annoyed much more than I am. Unfortunately, I'm not new to chronic illness. I suffered from chronic Lyme disease for 11 years, where I was passed around from doctor to doctor, was gaslit, faced inconclusive testing, and took treatments that didn't resolve my malady. I received diagnoses such as ME/CFS and fibromyalgia based on my symptoms. And does that sound familiar? Yeah, this is a story I would hear from time to time while managing an integrative chronic illness center clinic. It's not new that the chronically ill have been ignored and not treated properly. And it's the same with long COVID, at a more massive scale. I would go on to recover and started playing in 2 basketball leagues, working out, working long hours, and my excellent health came to a screeching halt in March of 2020 when I contracted SARS-CoV-2. These past 4 years have been a relentless battle, and it continues today. In fact, right now I have a kidney stone. You could probably tell from my eyes I'm not getting a lot of sleep. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm still taking a prescription drug to help with my inflammation in my brain. Otherwise, if I don't take it, it locks up in a vice grip. There were many times where I thought I would not make it. I was that sick. I experienced horrific neurological issues where I couldn't control my limbs, had to focus to make sure I was even breathing, and couldn't drive. I'm quite sure I had Guillain-Barré syndrome, but I didn't go to the hospital to find out. There were also spells of vomiting, insomnia. I put my keys in my fridge. That took a while to find. And was just sick with 170 plus symptoms. And there are tens of millions of us in the United States alone with long COVID, and many more around the world. So I'm far from alone. This is unacceptable. I've lived through chronic Lyme and saw what the chronically ill had to endure firsthand. We don't want another situation similar to chronic Lyme and how it's called post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome, even though it's a chronic pathogen. Vagueness is never the answer for the chronically ill. The onus should not be thrust back onto the patient instead of where it should be, with the poor testing and treatments and the medical system that doesn't help us find and address our root causes. Long COVID is unique and needs to be dealt with as such. Each day that passes, it seems more likely long COVID largely involves COVID and spike persistence. Persistence needs to be thoroughly explored, especially by the NIH, and that is not happening right now. Priority number 1 should be repurposed antivirals and immunotherapies. Thank you. At the Long COVID Foundation, we are working on bringing awareness, advocacy, and action. Being here today is a step towards bringing awareness towards long COVID. But unfortunately, there are so many who aren't even aware of the term, never mind the life-changing capabilities of the disease. LCF is advocating for improved testing, trials, and treatments. All avenues need to be explored, but given COVID's persistence, we want to ensure that this receives necessary attention and is not overlooked, like it has been before with other diseases. There currently isn't a commercial viable test for COVID persistence. The trials being run are utterly insufficient, and the treatments are not good enough for acute COVID or chronic COVID. We need novel antivirals now. Excess COVID, long-term illness, and death may not go away without it. LCF is working to promote safer environments from airborne pathogens, which includes COVID. Schools, hospitals, and public areas should have proper filtration systems installed. Systems that could save districts and businesses money in the long run, So why isn't the government pushing for these common sense, passive participation, win-win things? Mitigation of COVID should be a priority. The children need to be protected. In addition to my work at the Long COVID Foundation, I'm working on a documentary/docuseries called Castaways. You may have seen my RV out front. I drove it here this morning. I'm traveling in the United States and Canada, interviewing COVID long haulers, researchers, doctors, and others regarding long COVID and all things related to the pandemic. Long COVID is such an enormous problem that it needs a spotlight put on it. In wrapping up, as I'm sure I'm over the 5-minute mark, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you all. Your advocacy, your perseverance, your voice are all invaluable to making a difference. And remember, in the words of Abraham Lincoln, the best way to predict the future is create it. Don't let others who don't have our best interest in mind form our future. Let's go create it.